It's Thursday, January 5th. It's movie day. New movies coming out. We have this weird Tom Hanks suicidal movie.
Oh, yeah. Is it My Name's Otto?
Yeah, I think that's what it was called.
Dude, that thing's going to bomb.
Probably. But you know what's not going to bomb? And you know what I have just seen? Literally, like an hour ago.
What'd you say?
Megan.
Oh, okay.
I brought it up before because it seemed very stupid. It seemed like a very stupid movie. But for some reason, I thought I had like this sneaking suspicion that it was like in on the joke and shit like that.
So the thing is, even though you and Noah have both talked about this before, I don't know anything about Megan. I don't know anything about this.
It's like, have you even seen a picture of it?
No.
Okay, then it'll be hard to describe. Well, not that hard to describe. It's like,
it makes it more fun to describe it now.
Yeah, it's like an AI doll. Well, the premise is that like this coder is developing this new robot technology, and her niece, their parents die, and now she has to be the legal guardian, and she basically builds this robot to raise her niece, and it grows a connection to it, and it starts to become a little haywire and go on a little killing spree. If you watch the trailer, it's very tongue-in-cheek. It seems like it's more of a comedy. I just saw it, but it's actually more of a comedy, and it's really fun.
Is it going to make your year-end list, do you think?
It's the best movie of 2023, I'll say that.
There you go. That's a good way to hype it up.
Yeah, it's from the same writers of *Malignant*. You've seen *Malignant*?
Have not seen, but I know what *Malignant* is, and I do know that like that movie gets pretty insane. It's
the same tone. This. Yeah, we should actually probably talk about that on the podcast because that's a podcast worthy movie.
I'm down.
It's been getting a lot of buzz. Do you want to know the Rotten Tomatoes score on it?
What is Rotten Tomatoes score on it?
95.
95?
Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, is that higher than Avatar. Higher. Is
that because it's early?
No, it came out today. So
wow.
Let me add. It's not certified fresh. 84 reviews.
Okay.
94. So I just clicked it. It just got 1% lower. It's such a weird thing that might be an actual hit because there was a lot of people in the theater when I was in there. It wasn't like a Babylon situation.
Where'd you? Well, okay. To be fair, there was a winter storm coming.
True,
An Arctic blizzard was on its way, and also too, it was 10:40 in the morning, and it's a 3. Dude, So after watching Babylon, and actually, are you gonna ever do a podcast on Babylon?
That will be the next episode, so tune in.
Who's doing Babylon?
Justin and Lily, and we're doing all Damien Chazelle. Damien Chazelle's movies. We're doing all of his movies. Whiplash, not all of his movies, excluding First Man, but Whiplash, La La Land, and Babylon. I haven't seen First Man, so that's why we skipped it.
Man,
maybe we'll talk about it later.
You're giving them all the good movies.
You want to talk about what upcoming horror movies are in 2024? Because there's some good ones.
In 2023 or 2024?
2023. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm already looking ahead. There's some pretty interesting stuff. You heard of the Winnie the Pooh? Horror movie that they're doing? I did. Since Winnie the Pooh is now in the public domain, someone decided to make a slasher movie out of the character.
What do you think? How do you think that's going to be received?
It would be like a viral hit, maybe like a Terrifier situation.
Is it going to be that violent?
I hope it is.
I would hope so, too.
I hope it is. Like, then what's the point, you know?
Bruh.
This is actually a perfect transition because my next movie is really good. What's up?
Justin, you're FaceTiming literally on the podcast.
Let's go.
Wait, Justin, real quick.
I think I'm going to drive up tonight.
All right, Justin, real quick.
Do that, but hold on a second. Ethan's got a question.
Real quick. Say 2 numbers real quick right now. 2 numbers.
2. 8.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you, Justin.
So, Liam, you're 2.
I'm 2.
And I'm 8.
Okay.
Remember that. I have it lagged on here, but this is going to be something that will tie in.
I'm 2 and you're 8.
Okay.
To be continued.
That was actually a good transition to our next movie, which was Scream.
Oh, yeah. You've been telling me about Scream.
Yeah, but like, you get the call. That's
okay. I've seen the first 2 Scream movies, and I've seen the kills from the third one.
You should watch 4, and you should watch 3, and you should watch the 5th one. You know what? The sequels are just as good, in my opinion. This series is consistently good. You know what I mean? There's no bad movies in the franchise yet.
Oh, what are you gonna do? Scream for? Oh, Scream for.
Yeah,
Podcast.
I was proposing a Scream podcast.
Yeah.
That was what I was gonna do in the air.
Any future horror podcast that you do, obviously
it comes out in March, so we should do it around that time. No Nev Campbell. You want to know my theory on that? There's also an actress in here, Jenna Ortega, very popular right now.
Too bad we didn't record this on a Wednesday.
That
was good.
What a dad joke that was. Well, yeah, speaking of Wednesday, it's like the most popular show on Netflix, and as a result, I think her value goes up, and I don't think they could afford both her and Nev Campbell in the same movie. That's my theory. I don't know if that's true. Don't write that home. But
that's a good theory.
They have Courtney Cox at least. They have the one of the original cast, but I don't know how you gonna do Scream without like Sydney.
Yeah.
Even though she's still around technically, you know what I mean? We'll see how it goes.
Which stab are they on?
I think in the last one they mentioned it was 8. Oh, you know what? Because in the 5th one, there's a big commentary on The Last Jedi, and it's because it's the 8th stab movie. I'm not joking. Very interesting commentary in the 5th Scream movie.
I might have to now watch that.
Yeah.
Just for The Last Jedi.
Yeah,
commentary.
they are on Stab 8 now. It's on Netflix. There's a Netflix joke. I'm spoiling the whole movie for you. Let's not go there.
Okay.
It's not
like I was dying to see Scream 5 or anything.
Yeah, it's good though. It's came out last year, and they're already coming out with the second one. The second one, 6th one.
Well, because it's getting popular again.
Renfield.
What is this?
It is a Dracula spinoff. Do you know who's playing Dracula?
No.
Nicolas motherfucking Cage.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get another when he's a priest and he's grabbing the girl's ass scene?
I saw the trailer came out today and it looks awesome.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm in.
I'll see a Nicolas Cage horror movie any day.
Do you remember the Meg? Get ready for the Meg 2, baby. The Trenches. I think that's what it's called.
I just don't give a fuck about the Meg 2 Trenches.
Saw 10.
Oh, they're making another.
Have you seen the new one with Chris Rock?
I have not seen Jigsaw.
Dog shit.
Well, no, not Jigsaw.
Dog shit.
Spiral.
It was called Spiral, yeah. Pretty good 21 Savage song, though.
Dude, the 21 Savage track slaps.
Yeah.
I put it on in the gym. It like switches. It's like doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, it actually works. But the movie doesn't. Yeah. Spiral was awful. It had Sam Jackson in it, too. Like, you expect, like, big stars in a Saw movie, but it's just as bad as all the rest of the sequels. I'm not a big fan of this franchise, if you couldn't tell.
Have you seen all of them?
I've seen all of them, and I only like one, and that is number 1.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I'm not a... This is the lowest of the low to me as far as horror goes. Like, torture porn,
Saw 3
I hate
is good.
it. It's not...
Saw 3 is a good movie.
And, like... all the movies blend in with each other. They look like procedural dramas. I'm like watching like NCIS or some shit like that. Maybe I'll watch the 10th one. I've gone this far. Why not? I wonder what they'll call this one because they named the last one Spiral and
I thought it was Spiral, a Saw story.
It was Spiral from the Book of Saw or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah. So like, is it even like a mainline?
No, it's just called. I looked it up on IMDb. It just is called Saw 10. That's like the working title right now. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be called like Saw X or something like that.
Probably.
Like
it's gonna be as good as Jason X?
No.
No.
I don't know. I really don't. Saw's not my thing. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, I probably won't like it as much as Jason X, as low as a standard of that is. Ari Aster is coming out with a new movie with Joaquin Phoenix.
I'm excited for this
titled
one.
Beau is Dead.
Yes. Or wait, no, is it Beau is Afraid?
Oh, Beau is Afraid. Yes, my bad. Beau is Afraid. You seen the poster?
Yes.
Dude, what the hell is this about, man?
No idea. I'm hyped because it's Ari Aster.
He has a short called Something Strange About the Johnsons. Like the first scene, if you're not hooked by the first scene of that short, it's fucked up. It's a really.
How long is the short?
It's like 30 minutes. Okay. It's really good. I suggest.
When did it come out?
2011. So
okay.
Shit,
so
that was a long time ago compared to
2018, 2019.
Yeah. Oh, it just came out with a new poster too. Shit.
Beau is Afraid.
He's like aging.
Yeah. Benjamin Button type vibe.
It's described as a zonky nightmare comedy. So, yeah.
I'm hoping it doesn't bomb because I really like. Dude.
Listen, he's gonna keep getting funding for his movies. Midsummer is low key,
really funny.
One of the most popular horror movies of the decade.
Oh, yeah.
I think we'll look back on that and be like, that's a classic right there.
Do you think Midsummer is more popular than Hereditary?
Mm-hmm.
Think
Yeah.
it is?
Florence
one do you think people like?
Yeah, Florence Pugh. She's like a big
That's
star.
true.
And there's a really big like female like audience for like Midsummer. Like it's low key treated as like their Joker.
I mean, I loved Midsummer, but
you know, there's like a bunch of memes about like, you know, Florence Pugh being like a girl boss in that movie and stuff like that. And like, God,
yeah.
slay.
I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
Midsummer is a lot more rewatchable than Hereditary. Hereditary is not rewatchable to me at all. Like, besides like the jump scare scenes. Yeah. And like, you know, like the big the table argument is awesome.
Hereditary was his big, you know, debut. It shocked everyone. I honestly think Midsummer is a way better movie. Okay. In my opinion. I think it just as a whole package.
Do you think we're gonna?
It's epic, you know. It's bigger than a horror movie.
Do you think that Ari Aster's trajectory is the same as what Robert Eggers' was?
I feel like they're same. They both made 3 films now, but they both made Midsummer and Lighthouse the same year, and those were both their second movies. So they're both on the same trajectory. I would compare Ari Aster more to like Cronenberg, David Cronenberg, where like he's known for like the weird something distinct about his horror. You know, he's a horror director more than like Robert Eggers kind of broke through that horror thing with The Northman.
Yeah.
But he's going back. He's making Nosferatu.
That's gonna be sick.
Remaking Nosferatu, but with I think it's Bill Skarsgård.
As Nosferatu?
I assume so. So
wow.
Yeah, that's another Dracula movie coming out. Yeah, so those are the movies coming out this year.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, Friday the 13th. I don't, how do I introduce this? It's kind of a well-known film. So 2 years before Friday the 13th comes out, a little film called Halloween comes out. Basically blows the box office, becomes the most successful independent film of all time. The industry starts to notice. So a producer named Sean S. Cunningham decides, hey, I should make one of these. Basically, let's rip it off. Let's choose another day, though. He chose Friday the 13th, didn't even write a script yet, put an ad out, and yeah, we have Friday the 13th, a
juggernaut. Well, it used to be a juggernaut franchise, but then like most major horror franchises,
the franchise is in limbo right now. It's like there's rights issues. That's why you're not getting any Friday the 13th anytime soon. There's been weird ideas though. LeBron James was once attached to produce Friday the 13th movie. I don't think that's coming out though anytime soon.
I mean, we basically already got that with Space Jam 2.
Well, we had Chris Rock try to do a Saw movie, and look at that. So yeah, Friday the 13th. To me, it is important because it you can say that Halloween brought on the slasher genre, but to me, Friday the 13th cemented it.
Okay.
As this can be a success. This is a sure thing that can happen. Because right afterwards, you just get constant rip-offs.
You literally get
Sleepaway Camp.
Dude.
The Burning.
Right. Okay, but Sleepaway Camp, though, like...
My Bloody Valentine. All these slasher movies. Prom Night. Just literally...
There's hundreds of more.
Hundreds. Like, from 1980 to 1984, that was, like, the first wave of just tons of slasher movies. What is your history with the franchise?
So I'll tell you this. I was put onto my dad. Like he'll watch like movies from the 70s and the 80s, and he's also a pretty big horror film fan. So I remember like the first horror films that I watched were The Shining and Halloween. And I remember I was terrified of The Shining because like they would have to like cover my eyes at parts, but my dad wouldn't do that for Halloween except for the very beginning. Because at the very beginning, there's, his sister is naked. And then in The Shining, there's the bathtub scene.
Oh, yeah.
But for Friday the 13th, at least with the first one, for some reason...
Well, first off, was the first one you watched out of the series?
Yes. Yeah.
Not for me.
Which one was the first one for you?
I don't know. I don't remember, but I definitely remember seeing Jason killing Counselor. I don't remember Pamela Voorhees in the picture at all. And I do remember explicitly watching the first one and being like, oh yeah, so this is the one with the mother. This is the one that started it all.
For me, it was I saw the first one first, and it was kind of like my dad purposely didn't let me watch Friday the 13th movies, mainly because it was just like it had that rep that he said where it was just very
schlocky.
It was schlocky, but also too the nudity and the over the top of the kills. If you notice how in Halloween there's not that much blood in the first Halloween at all.
Yeah.
And like it's like there's just like because when you think of the first Halloween movie, at least for me, I don't think of the kills right away. I think of like Michael Myers standing in the ghost costume.
It's more suspense driven, than it is gore driven.
Too,
I don't even think there is like maybe one splash of blood. Like there's not much blood in the first Halloween. Honestly, if it came out today, it would probably be rated PG if it wasn't out of the nudity and everything like that.
Yeah. But compared to Friday the 13th movies, where as I'm older, I don't really go back and watch, or I haven't gone back and watched most of the Friday movies.
Yeah.
I'm a big, like, I'll put on, like, compilations of the kills, and that's because, look, like, anyone that's watching these movies, you're watching them for the kills. If you're not watching them for the kills, what the fuck are you doing watching these movies?
Can I tell you how you should watch these movies?
How should you watch
especially
these movies?
nowadays?
How? YouTube compilation, the kill count?
No. Grab either a beer or a drink or something.
Dude.
Grab a bong, grab a joint,
you
grab,
beat me to
grab
it.
a friend.
You beat me to it, Ethan. You beat me to it, dude.
Grab some popcorn.
I had a whole thing for the third movie with weed.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Well, you know what I mean by that, though. These movies are fun to watch.
They're great
while you're under the influence, or they're fun to watch with like someone who's never watched them, who likes to add in like who likes to butt in conversation when they're watching a movie. It's fun to watch with friends. We mentioned Scream before. They were watching Halloween during that party in the first movie. That's the kind of vibe you should. That's the kind of environment you should be watching these movies, and you shouldn't be, especially these movies since they're not that scary. You shouldn't be watching them alone. I
don't think there's a single scary moment in a Friday the 13th. Actually, no, I take that back. That's not true because the
there's a few scary moments in this one. That we'll get to. Yeah.
Really?
I think there's one specific one that is kind of gets to me.
Okay.
Honestly.
I was talking about before how like the history of it and how I got into the franchise. So when I was younger, I did watch the first one. And I just remember I loved Halloween a lot more as a kid. And I think that's just because I liked Michael Myers more than Jason, but also because the first one,
the first Halloween
mask.
The first Friday the 13th is literally a copy of Halloween.
Yeah.
Self-admitted by the director himself. There will be no Friday the 13th if there wasn't Halloween. But why people remember this movie, specifically this, is it just kept going. It was the one that kept going. All these other slasher movies that came out during this time, dead after the first movie. You got a Sleepaway Camp 2 and a Sleepaway Camp 3, but no one remembers.
Sleepaway Camp 4.
Never made, right? Or something like that?
No. Sleepaway Camp 4 was made, and it has, you remember Big Pussy from The Sopranos?
What?
Big
Hold
Pussy.
on.
Big Pussy from The Sopranos is...
Wait, you're thinking of Return to Sleepaway Camp.
Is that the third one?
I think it's the fourth one. There actually is like a Sleepaway Camp 4 with like archival footage that was never finished. Yeah, you're thinking of it's called Return to Sleepaway Camp. I don't know. I didn't see it, but I saw the kill count video on it.
Yeah.
It looked shit.
It's fucking garbage.
Yeah. General thoughts.
I liked it as a kid, not as much as I liked Halloween or obviously The Shining.
When you watched it, when was the last time you watched it?
I rewatched all three of these today.
Okay.
So
when was the last time before that we watched it?
A long time.
Okay. Yeah.
And it fucking, my mind has opened up now about these movies. But this is why I'm excited to talk about these, because I do have some different opinions from when I grew up.
Okay.
Especially
can I tell you my experience watching these films again? I knew these movies were not great, even growing up. They're just people, teenagers hanging around, bad dialogue, they're horny, they have sex, they get killed. When you add in the wonderful plant of marijuana to the situation,
opens up whole
gateway. And you sit down and you're smoking the joint and you're watching the film, it's one of those movies where you don't have to, when you're not paying attention too much and you don't have to worry about the plot too much. It's a great time.
So I was ripping the cart while watching the second and third one earlier today. You definitely need it for the third one, but the first one and the second one,
they play it straight in the first two ones,
especially the first one.
Yeah, we got our first 2 kills. Pretty lackluster.
Very lackluster.
Pretty lackluster start. I'm not gonna lie. Literally rips off Halloween.
Most of the kills in the first one are very lackluster.
But we quickly redeem ourselves with a killer title card.
Killer title card.
Yes.
One of the best.
Ridiculous.
This one, just the first one.
I would say the second one it puts it up there too.
Yeah, but like the second
we'll get to the second one, but
yeah,
the glass breaking,
awesome.
The ridiculous, like even the score. Yeah. The score just evokes like Psycho. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's pretty basic though. It's just white text. Get used to the basic white text in every single Friday movie,
except for the
third one. First character, the hitchhiker. I don't remember her name. Annie. Wow, that's her name.
Yeah. She's like just.
I feel like it was a red herring for the main character. Like.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, she's introduced first. You think like they're gonna go somewhere with her, but she doesn't even make it to the camp.
Nope, doesn't even make it to Crystal Lake. She meets Ralph, which is one of my favorite characters in these movies.
Crazy Ralph,
and she just gets into a car with Pamela and Pamela keeps on driving and purposely does not show the driver of the vehicle, and she, for some reason, she like jumps out of that car and like does like this like crazy like little fall. Yeah, it's just like she's.
How's
just
the kill though? Kill's pretty basic.
Throat slit, dude. Yeah. A lot of the first movie, the kills.
But the makeup is actually.
Oh yeah. It looks
compared to the second and third one. Tom Savini's makeup in this is actually pretty baller.
Kevin Bacon's death is
and innovative actually.
Kevin Bacon's the spear through the throat. That one was really really cool. I like that one. That's probably one of the best kills of this movie.
Where we get introduced to him, his girlfriend, and. What's the other guy's name? I don't know.
I see the issue with these movies is that I don't know, besides the main girls, I don't know many of the names. But they're all just like
see my problem with this movie is?
They're just
You're starting to notice the problem with these movies? We're introduced to Ned. That's the nerdy character. Is Ned.
Yeah.
Weird banjo music that plays during this scene.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck was that? Oh, by the way, they filmed this in Jersey.
Yeah, I was gonna do. Yeah. You could see on the back of the cars. You could see it's like Hope NJ.
I think the first 2 movies they filmed in Jersey.
The set for the third one, like you could tell it's like completely.
Yeah, it's like clearly California.
Completely different.
Yeah.
But I like how the second one's at Packanack Lodge.
Alice, you want to talk about the main girl and her relationship to Steve? Is the guy's name? They never make it clear what their relationship is. I think they're fucking though. Like I think that's I think they're. I don't know.
Alice, she's the final girl.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what.
Not much to write home about. I'm not gonna lie.
No, she's really really forgettable.
No.
And the second one doesn't help with making her memorable at all because
Yeah.
We'll get to the second one. The final girl run that she has in this one is brutal, dude. Like brutal in like the worst way.
The worst way. It's so long and it goes on forever, long. Dude.
Friday the 13th.
I think Pamela Voorhees is like introduced like 75 minutes in,
dude,
and the rest of the chase is 15 minutes.
So I like just watching this, I forgot like how little she actually has to do in this movie. Like how little
it seems like it's a last minute thing, doesn't it?
It does seem like a last minute thing. Actually, the whole thing with Jason drowning in the lake feels like a thrown in thing.
This is what I'm saying. Why this movie is important? Because it's the one that made it. Yeah. If this movie ended with Friday the 13th and nothing else came about it, this movie will not be remembered as a somewhat of a classic. Even though I don't think it deserves its classic status. I think it's pretty overrated. Yeah. As a movie, it is pretty overrated.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, if you
so it's only on the Mount Rushmore because it started it's like one of the it is one of the
started
OG
the craze. Like after the 1980, you'll find literally the year after you'll find hundreds of slasher movies being made and putting out in theaters, and that's not a coincidence, you know.
Dude, because it's just low budget slasher movies.
Yeah, it
They're
was 1
so
million.
easy to make, and
It was a
people go to watch
$500,000
them.
budget, I believe. Hold on,
I think it was 57 million.
Yeah, 59 mil. So yeah, it's obvious that they would make a second one.
Didn't they make the second one like really, really like?
They
just
made the
right
second one
after?
11 months after the
Yeah,
first one.
it was like right after.
Which honestly, they keep doing it nowadays with Scream. So you mentioned the Kevin Bacon kill, right?
Yeah, that kill is awesome.
Awesome kill.
That is probably the best one. Best one.
That one and the axe one, I'm a big fan of. I like that
Yeah.
one. That one's like, I don't know, and the way it was shot, it kind of reminded me of like an older movie, like an older style
Psycho.
movie. Yeah, like Psycho or something
Psycho.
like that. And I like how the shot when the axe does hit like the light pole, it
Yep.
kind of reminded me of Psycho when she her hand touches the light pole.
Yeah, it literally shows the light like moving around,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it cuts to her.
I mentioned that there was a scary moment in this when Pamela is yelling, "Help, Mom!" And
Okay.
it sounds like a kid.
Yep, that's a good point.
Frightening,
That's a good
actually.
point.
And if you don't know who the killer is, that's actually even scarier
Even
because
scarier.
like, what the fuck is going
Yeah.
on as a kid?
Because you think it's like what the like
Yeah, it's clearly-
Camp didn't start yet, but why the fuck is there a
Their
kid?
kid,
yelling?
yeah, and-
It doesn't even explain Jason drowning before that, right?
No.
Or it does,
Oh, they explained that
they
there's a
mention-
kid drowning.
They mention it.
But it's not very like if you're paying attention, if you're watching this movie for the first time, you're not gonna be like, "Oh, I
Yeah.
remember there was a kid drowning way back when."
That's why it probably caught people off guard because like
Yeah.
I'm sure like
And
seeing this in a crowded theater, you're probably all just like, whoa, look at these kills and like look at how like how much sex they talk
Yeah.
about.
And the fact that it's the woman is the killer, an older
Yep.
woman too, is very shocking. It's kind of like the reverse Psycho where the son is dead.
This one,
So yeah, it's kind of like an inverse on that.
Well, this
And
one the son isn't dead, but the mother is still doing
well,
something.
by the first movie's logic,
Yeah,
the
but-
son
yeah.
is dead. You know,
Dude, you know what I noticed? It
they never explain.
It never
yeah.
explains how. Like
No,
it says
yeah.
that he died, and so then you got to wonder why is she? So if her son then didn't die, why would she be so pissed off to
Yeah.
kill all the future counselors?
Like I said, this movie was only popular because there was more movies
there's
after
more.
this. It is so poorly written. It is so by the numbers.
Yep.
The characters are so unmemorable.
So here's
However,
my thing.
however,
However,
it's a vibe.
it is a
Especially
vibe.
during the nighttime scenes. Very spooky.
Yeah.
I love the environment. I love the atmosphere. It has the luxury of being connected to a much better franchise. This one drags.
See,
this one drags.
This is what I want to talk about.
There's
with
a
the first one.
5-minute scene of her making coffee,
This
man.
is
What
my
the hell?
issue with the first movie. The first movie, you just mentioned a big issue that I have with the first one, and is that there are so many useless fucking build-up scenes, and it's like, dude, I remember
With
like
Crazy Frank in the closet.
dude,
Why was he even there?
Why was he there?
Why was he there?
like crazy. You mean
Oh, Crazy
Crazy
Ralph.
Ralph.
Crazy Ralph.
yeah?
Um,
You know what's the most ridiculous
Yeah.
part about all that? He's there and he just walks out. The kids don't like the
I was wa-
officer. The officer just told him like, oh, you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Like Crazy Ralph's out. And then they see Crazy Ralph, and they're just like,
Well,
it's
Crazy
like,
Ralph
get out of
is-
here, Crazy Ralph.
Crazy Ralph is clearly like just a red herring.
Yeah.
You know, like, he could be the killer. What other
It
red
actually,
herrings are
dude,
there?
you know what? I was thinking about this when I was watching this earlier. It actually, it makes you think a little bit that he probably is the killer.
If I was watching it for the first time, I'd probably think the camp counselor was the killer, because he had the Jeep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
know?
The main
And he's
camp
gone
counselor.
most of
Which
the
first
time.
off, fuck him. What a prick.
I don't know. He's just
I
like,
do not like him at all. I do not like his character whatsoever, dude. First,
Well, I don't even know enough to like hate or like him. There's
He
nothing
just-
to him.
he just
He's
goes
just a
in.
weirdo. He's kind of a creep. He's kind of a
dude,
perv to
he
Alice.
hits on everybody. He hits on like the old lady at the diner, dude. That was so weird watching
Was
that
he?
back. Yeah.
I think it was just like nice diner talk. You know what I mean?
No, it's definitely different, dude. It's definitely different.
Yeah, but like I don't know. There's not much to his
His
character.
kill sucks too.
Yeah, his
He's
kill
one of
sucks.
the worst kills.
Kevin Bacon's character, he's just like the jock, but like there's not even I don't know one line he says. He has no memorable lines.
He has a cool scene though where it's the lightning effect. It's like a car headlight that they like flash on him.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
terrible. But the thing is that there's like this movie builds up like the storm where it's
that's why I like it. Yeah,
that was like a cool part. Like it showed there's like shots of the water getting like choppier and like the lighting, like the actual like the sunset.
Well, all of them
cool.
usually have the storm aspect to it.
Yeah,
The second one has the storm. The fourth one has the storm.
Oh, yeah. Who knew that George McFly would be in a Friday the 13th movie before he was George McFly? Oh, wait a minute.
Who knew Kevin Bacon? It's another big thing about slasher movies that
there's some
you know
names
what?
in here.
There's slasher movies have a tradition of like birthing new
Rising
stars. You know,
Yeah.
you have Kevin Bacon, you have Jamie Lee Curtis, Johnny Depp is in Nightmare on Elm Street. The other girl that we're playing Strip Monopoly with, she was pretty like dull, and I knew nothing about her.
This first
the
movie,
boyfriend, like not the boyfriend, but like Alice's supposed love interest.
the lover.
Holy shit, I don't even remember his name
Totally
either.
useless too.
He got bad though on the door. Yeah, it's pretty bad. That was a gross effect, actually.
Yeah,
that was pretty shocking.
good.
That was a pretty shocking reveal. I'm telling you, this is one of the first ones, so it's gonna be like kind of like a blueprint.
Yeah,
you know,
this is definitely
like,
a blueprint.
This is more of a blueprint of a slasher movie than Halloween is, honestly. Because Halloween, think of the body count in that. Three.
Yeah, it's low.
It's low. This has a bigger body count.
But Halloween,
this
though,
has more blood. This follows the tropes a lot more too. You know,
forget following the tropes. It makes
invents
the tropes
eventually.
It makes
basically.
It's a rip off Halloween. It's a rip off of Halloween, but the thing is
and
that
you can say that like Halloween was a rip off of like Psycho or just a riff on Psycho and shit like that, and I understand that. But
there's a certain
what I'm trying to say is
that
the
this one doesn't
intent.
have.
The intent was to replicate Halloween with this. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it worked. It's a success.
Clearly, it did.
Yeah. I have a new rating system, by the way.
Okay. See, this is all shit that I wanted to bring up, but you beat me to it again.
Yeah.
I wanted to do a separate rating scale just specifically for only Friday the 13th movies.
Oh.
So I wanted to do categories where, like, first off, the kills. The kills are the most important.
So 1 out of 5 for kills.
In this movie, because it's the Kevin Bacon's kill is sick. The makeup effect is awesome. The Annie's throat slit is pretty cool too, especially for
Annie's throat slit.
Especially
the axe,
for like
I don't know. I really like the axe.
The axe
kill.
is cool.
The axe kill is cool.
It's because the light.
And honestly, that girl, she's actually pretty memorable. Maybe because she's hot. What's that gonna
for the kills? I'm giving this one a 2.
I'm giving this one a 3. I'm a 4 actually.
4 out of 5?
Yeah.
Compared to 2 and 3.
The arrow kill. Great, just bloody as hell.
And then the axe is
throat
that's
slit.
also good.
It's Tom Savini, bloody as hell. Oh, I forgot to mention, they killed an actual fucking snake in this movie.
They do.
Holy fuck!
They do
I looked
kill
up
a
I
snake.
looked it up. They didn't even tell the guy, the owner of the snake, that they killed it, and he was crying afterwards when he found
That's
out.
fucked up.
That's so fucked up. Like. This guy was an animal trainer, and they just killed his snake.
It's pretty
on camera, and it's in the movie.
You can tell too it's a real snake because
it
parts
keeps
are like
moving.
wiggling.
Yeah, it keeps moving after they cut it.
It's like a little goof that I just noticed today. I didn't even notice as a kid, but like
it's so unnecessary too. Like that snake died for nothing.
I'm pretty sure it was Alice. She like hits another girl over the head with a pillow.
Oh,
it's like right at the end.
Yeah, that's like I'm saying. That girl, she's memorable. She cracks a few jokes. She says something like, I think she says, "Now we know what's for dinner" or something like that.
Yeah, she does say that.
Yeah. Wow, a line I remembered from a character. Amazing.
That is a good thing for a Friday movie.
Yeah. She's probably my favorite character, actually. What's your favorite character if you had to choose one? Yeah, her. All right.
Because she has it's like that long build up in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Which that's a pretty intense build up. The rest of it though, this is just again, it's the first one, so you can't hate on it too much because they didn't understand like what they were going for yet. At least I don't think
they were. They knew they were going for Halloween. They were going for Halloween.
Yeah, but it's different from Halloween though because Halloween, this one puts a lot more emphasis on the actual kill, while Halloween puts a way more emphasis on the lead up.
Well, that's
dude, the boyfriend, what was it, Bob?
Oh, let's get to the characters. What would you out of 5? Would you get the characters?
This one's tough. This one is like. Especially compared to the second one.
It'd be cool if the characters had something like had conflict or they had some memorable lines of dialogue, but none of them. They had nothing.
This movie
they
in
just
particular.
Fuck around. They're fucking around playing strip Monopoly. They're fucking around in the kitchen.
So
it's a 2 for me.
Yeah, I would go 2 for the kills and 2 for the characters. I'm surprised you give this a 4 for the kills.
Finale. What are you gonna give the finale?
Do you mean like the final girl lap plus the final kill?
Yeah, like when the killer is revealed and everyone else is killed in the chase.
Well, okay,
and I'm including the ending too, the shocking ending.
Okay,
yeah.
So for having it revealed that it's No, not even that it's Pamela, because it's just like so just like
it's not even a reveal because you don't even know who the hell Pamela Voorhees is. Like, who the hell is this person?
She shows up and then she like
you're not even supposed to know who that is. Yeah,
like she like expositional dialogues it, where it's like, oh, I'm the mother and I don't like the camp counselors who had sex. And
it's really a last minute thing if you think about it. It's like, where did this come from?
Yeah.
If you really think about it, but like retrospectively, this is actually a kind of unique twist. If you think, oh, Jason's just gonna go out and kill people, it's like, oh shit, no, it's his mom. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the fight is so bad with Pamela, dude. Like
of course.
It's like Room. Hit Pamela, falls down, go outside.
It looks
Pamela,
lame. It looks like something you would find at a stage
slow.
play. It looks like a fake fight.
Slow.
Yeah, and like, I'm sorry, but like Mrs. Voorhees, she doesn't look intimidating.
Not at all.
You know, to have such a long chase scene like that, it's kind of, it doesn't work. It really doesn't.
The third act of this movie is literally just that chase scene, and it's really, really fucking boring.
One other thing that I find effective and scary
in this one,
the jump scare at the end.
Yeah,
so good.
I mean, I will say, like hearing the kid's voice outside and her following it, that is pretty scary. Yeah, but as far as like good jump scares, the rest of the jump scares, like it's the music is like it just makes it just like so not good. It's like this like cheesy like doo 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 doo.
Dun 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 dun. And it kind of sounds like Jaws a little bit too.
Yeah, a little bit. They're just so projected in this one too.
Yeah.
There's some good jump scares later on in the franchise, but like this, besides Jason jumping out of the boat at the end, there's really no like scary moments. So maybe the final jump scare is good.
I'm gonna give it a 3 because they kind of botched it when she's like, "Oh, he's still there."
Yeah.
When she wakes up in the hospital, I kind of felt like they should have ended it with him just jumping out and grabbing her, and that's it.
Would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
I would probably I give the ending probably a 3 then, because of the jump scare and the fact that it is different because it is Pamela Voorhees and not Jason. Yeah, the ending a 3, the kills a 2, the characters a 2. Like, I don't know.
All right, so this is my new rating system. All right, we have off the shelf, which is dog shit, garbage. We have bottom shelf, which is watch under the influence, or you can just put it on in the background. That type of movie. Middle shelf is just a solid movie, but I'll probably not watch it again.
Okay.
Top shelf is great movie, or we'll watch it again. And then beyond the shelf is
glass case.
I like that thing though. I like that though. Glass case. Glass case will be like masterpiece, or just like one of your top 5 movies.
What would you give Megan?
It would be like a middle shelfer. It would be shelf? Like
mid shelf.
Yeah, mid shelf.
So we have off the shelf.
Yeah. So
shelf,
5 tiers. Yeah.
Off the shelf, bottom shelf, mid shelf, top shelf, glass case.
Yeah.
Bottom shelf off. Watch on the under the influence.
Yeah, or in the background.
Or in the background.
Yeah.
Especially the first one, dude, because like just the fact
time.
Like you've already seen it, and you already know that it's like, oh, it's Pamela Voorhees is the killer, and the final girl.
Yeah, this is a bottom shelf for me too.
Bottom shelf for her.
I don't suggest it to anyone. Grab some friends, grab some beers, grab some weed, and pop on all 3 of them. Honestly, it's a great time.
Friday, the 13th, Part 2. The body count continues.
We can move on to the second one.
Okay, so first off, in my opinion, I think they fucking nailed it with the formula in this one. One of the best movies. I know.
Damn.
I know. It's a weird Friday. Yeah. It's a weird Friday opinion.
You know what? No one really remembers this one because, 1, Jason doesn't have the hockey mask.
He doesn't have the hockey mask.
And 2, you can easily mistake this one with the first one.
Easily.
Yeah. The best final girl.
Probably
of the series. I'm not going to lie.
For final girl, 100%. Yeah. The most interesting concept. And she actually puts up a fucking fight.
She's a character.
She puts up a fight.
Like she has, I don't know. She has like an attitude to her, and like it's believable that like she's fighting Jason.
What's interesting about
like
this
a lot of the times I don't believe that these girls are getting away from this guy.
This girl, I
can believe that
they do all the athletic. It shows the athletic scenes where like she's leading the athletics.
Remember, she's a psychology major, and like
child psychology major.
She seems a lot more responsible too. To get out herself in her situation.
And this one also has the dude.
Well, she's a little irresponsible with the car.
A little irresponsible. If we're not counting Tommy Jarvis, probably like the smartest person to fight to have like the final girl lap.
Yeah.
I like that scene in the bar where like they're sitting down and the nerd, I'm pretty sure it was Ted.
Yeah.
He's making like these jokes, but Ginny and Paul have like the scene starts out where you think it's just like a one-off scene where it's like Ted making a joke at the bartender, but then it actually like the camera moves to Ginny and Paul talking about whether or not Jason is actually a legend or real. And they get pissed. Like Paul gets pissed at Ginny and Ginny gets pissed at Paul because she's like reasoning it to herself where it's like this kid probably has severe psychological. It's like one of the only times in a Friday movie where they actually get serious about why Jason does what he does.
That is true. Honestly,
dude, that
was a great point.
It's also an interesting concept too because this one is like unlike the first one where they're actually setting up the camp.
Yeah.
This one, it's like it's not at Camp Blood. It's right next to it, but like they're training to.
I mean, it's
I
not
know
that
it's
different.
I know it's similar.
The kids are still not there. That's the point.
Yeah, the
that
kids
like I don't you know it's much the same, just with more people in a different environment.
I like
not
it more,
slightly
though.
different environment.
I like it more.
Here's why I don't like it more.
You don't like this one more?
They're the same to me, and it's hard to pick.
Nah.
I'll put the first one over the second one just because of its originality.
Oh no.
But
no, not for me.
This one
no way
does not have as strong of kills.
I disagree.
The blood they cut way too quick.
They do cut really quick in this one.
They cut way too quick in this one, and I wanted to bring up the specifically, but they also cut the shit out of the impalement through the bed. The bed. That was a lot more graphic, and it looks glorious, man. And you know what? They took that kill directly from another movie called Bay of Blood.
This one isn't as bloody, but
you don't have Tom Savini's makeup, you know? It's not the same.
But for some reason, I remember the kills more in this movie than the first one. Besides Kevin Bacon's kill. And
I don't. The wheelchair kill is pretty iconic.
Is fucking awesome.
Other than that, there's not much though.
There's a lot of like, you know how the first one, like the main counselor, the first guy.
You got the hammer, which is pretty lame. I'm not gonna lie.
I like that.
You got
Ralph on the tree. That was cool. No, stop. That was cool.
Besides the wheelchair kill, there's not much that to write home about as far as kills go.
I think double impalement's good.
I would give, as far as kills go, I would give it a 2.
No, I disagree. I give this one a 4. I give this one a 4.
Right. Can you name your top 5 kills from this? If you can name 5
from this movie.
Yeah, from this movie. If it's a 4,
well, the off-screen kill of the hot girl who like strips in the lake, that sucks because then you don't even know she dies.
Yeah.
Until the very end of the movie where her body shows up.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for the wheelchair kill, dude. I fucking love that, and I like Ralph's kill. I'm surprised
the wheelchair kill is great.
I'm surprised you don't like Ralph's kill. I like the Ralph's kill a lot, actually.
No, it's lame.
No,
it's lame.
It's better than most kills from the first one.
The axe one is great in the first one,
but there's only two. But
okay, the arrow one, the slit throat one.
You're putting way too much. You're putting way too much on Annie's throat slit, in my opinion. You're putting way too much into that.
The axe one and the throat slit one is great, and the throat slit one, you get a throat slit in this one, and it does not compare to the one in the first one.
You're right, it doesn't.
That's what I mean. But it's just the kills are way stronger. They're way gorier in the first one.
This one cuts a lot, but like I still like the double. I still think the double
impalement is a disappointment. They actually put a still of the cut footage in the back of the VHS box, so you could see stills of the actual impalement in the VHS box, but you can never see it in the movie, which is funny that like they thought it was appropriate to put it in the front of the box or in the back of the box, but not in the movie.
It cuts from the kills a lot. Yeah, I understand that. I understand why that would be. It would lower the rating for the kills. Mm-hmm. Maybe I wouldn't give it a 4 then. I'll give it a 3 because the fucking wheelchair kill. I love that kill. I love that kill. That's such a sick ass. One, because I like the character. I actually really, really like the character of this movie. You want to talk about rating? You want a separate character? You want a separate rating for the characters?
Yeah.
This one gets a fucking 5 in my books.
A 5?
Yes.
Wow.
For characters.
I name them. Name the characters.
Okay, Mark.
Name a line that they say.
The positions.
The position thing is pretty funny. I'm gonna give the characters a 3.
I like Ginny as the main character, dude. Oh no, Ginny and the top two, Ginny and Paul. Paul kind of seems like a jerk off, but like
no, he lets the guys go off.
He actually fights.
On things.
He puts up a fight with Jason.
Yeah, does he die? We don't know, right? The ending to this movie is so fucking confusing, bro.
Abrupt.
No, it's confusing because what happens? Especially after the third one, where we find out that Jason fucking survives, but the thing that we saw in the second one never happened.
Never happened, yeah. And also, too, out of all the relationships that are in Friday the 13th movies, the second one has the most believable, in my opinion. It's just like you have like the young, stupid couple who sneaks off and gets in trouble. That's a double. And of course, they go out together. They go out in a double harpoon kill while having sex. And then you have...
How romantic.
And then you just have Mark and Vicky, who are like... I feel bad for Mark because he's in a wheelchair, which sucks.
Yeah.
But then rough. Vicky wants to get with him, and I was actually rooting for them to get together. I was like, come on, man, like you can get it. And then of course, like as soon as they walk away to try and have sex, they both get killed. Well, Mark doesn't walk away, but you get what I'm saying. The Terry and Scott, which is like it's like the third couple in the movie. They're not a couple. Scott sucks. Scott's easily the most forgettable character out of all of them. And then Terry, like, she does have the dog.
I wouldn't say he's forgettable, but he's just like a prick.
He's a forgettable prick. In the grand scheme of things, he's a forgettable prick. He gets caught in the trap, and like Terry runs away to try to help him, but it's just like, bro, I don't know why Terry would help him after stealing her fucking clothes after skinny dipping. Like, what?
Yeah.
Although there is some, like, there's like a little bit of attraction though between Terry and that guy.
I don't know what he sees in him, but
I don't know what she sees in him.
Oh yeah, she sees in him. It's another bottom shelfer for me.
Just bust through the window. I feel like you shit on this movie a lot more than I was expecting.
It's a rehash of the first one, which the first one wasn't good in the first part. Not really.
But this one does it better.
It does it a little bit more entertaining, and it didn't feel as long because it was a little shorter.
Better paced.
It was better paced. That's probably why it was better paced.
There
was more kills. That doesn't mean the quality of the kills were better. That's just me. I don't think the quality of the kills were good. You refuse. You have yet to name any memorable ones besides the one with the knife and the impalement one.
I like double impalement.
No one remembers the Ralph one. I honestly forgot Ralph was in this movie. No. I forgot he shows up. I thought he died in the first one.
He doesn't die in the first one.
I know.
He dies in this one.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I really have nothing to say about Friday the 13th Part 2 except that
I like this one.
You should watch it right after the first one.
I like this one, dude.
And you know why I don't like this one too? The opening. You just kill off Alice? If you're going to do it, why don't you stick with the final girl?
Again.
Come on, man.
I understand that there's a reason why, because she was dealing with a stalker. And
yeah.
She didn't want to be in the movie for too long. But that subverts the expectation for me, where it's like you were expecting that, like, because she was the final girl, she'd have a much bigger role in the movie. Not true at all.
That's a fair point, actually.
Mid-shelf, the second one.
Because these are Jason's woods, and nobody leaves them alive. Friday the 13th, Part 3, in 3D.
Friday the 13th, Part 3, baby. Came out a year after.
Fuck this movie.
Fuck
this movie. This movie sucks at. Besides
Liam,
besides
you are boring. You are boring, Liam.
Besides Manhattan.
Have some fun.
No, this movie's.
Have some fun, Liam.
I don't need someone to.
It's in 3D.
I don't need someone to juggle balls.
You have to get over it.
You have to get over that. I don't need someone to hand me a doobie. I don't need someone to fucking. I don't need a.
Liam,
I don't need a snake. I don't need a snake jumping out on a line.
We have to get over this before we're gonna talk about anything else. We have to get over the 3D part.
No.
We really have to do.
No, we don't.
At the end of the day, this was made in 3D. This was a 3D movie. Get over it. Get over that thing. There's gonna be things that are gonna be pointed at the screen. First off, this is where Jason gets his iconic hockey mask.
Cool.
Second of all, I feel like this is when the series officially starts to understand what the franchise actually is, and it's camp. It's camp. They actually write the characters as like stereotypes.
Yeah, it's got awful.
It's god awful, but they're memorable, man.
No.
At least there's something to these characters.
Shelley.
He's a stoner. He's a jock. He's a fucking nerd.
He's
the
a
other
stoner
ones
guy.
You can't describe the other characters. You can describe Shelley. You hate Shelley. At least you feel something for him. Like Ned. Do you remember Ned from Friday the 13th part? The first one.
Besides being the Indian guy.
No, you don't hate him. You don't know. You don't care that he dies. At least when Shelley dies, you feel something.
No, his kill sucks ass. He opens the door and he's like, oh, he's actually fucking, his throat's actually slit.
Yeah.
And the girl's just like, oh, just stop. You're playing it off. And he just slides down the door. He fucking sucks.
Okay, let's get into the characters, all right? Shelly, we'll talk about... Yeah, you did. You're not a fan of Shelly. I'm not a fan of him.
Are you a fan of Chris?
He's the jock, right?
No.
No, he's the other boyfriend. He's the boyfriend.
No, it's not the boyfriend. It's the final fucking girl.
She's not the greatest final girl. We have the jock, who is like...
The jock.
The jock.
You didn't even know the final girl's fucking name.
Yeah, that's crazy. Her name was Chris.
Yeah. Sucks.
She has a forced backstory with Jason too.
So stupid.
But you know what? Isn't this like what the first one is too? It's so stupid. Like why? I don't know. How are you putting over the second one like as some sort of masterpiece? And considering this one, that is not much different in quality, to be honest with you. It's a little bit
noticeably bad.
Noticeably worse
than the first two.
I disagree. I think it's on the same level. I think the characters are more stereotypical, but the kills are a lot more memorable. You have the one going under the hammock. The handstand kill, give me a break. That one's iconic. The harpoon kill.
The handstand kill. Yeah. The handstand kill is a fantastic Friday the 13th kill.
Yeah.
Harpoon gun is just like, it's so fucking schlocky where you see the harpoon as it flies through the air. It has a little sound effect. It's just like, bro, at least in part 6, like when like, you know, there's like this the blood smiley face. That's like it's like so stupid, and it's like I like that. But this one, besides the handstand kill, which is that's a good kill.
You don't like the head crush with the eyeball going through?
Going through, man.
What would you rate the characters out of 5?
Guess, Ethan. I've been shit talking
0?
every single one of them. No, I give them a
1.
I give them a 1.
I'll give these characters
because it is pretty funny when they all eat the weed in the car.
I'll give these characters a 3.
Like,
okay, what would you rate the kills then? Because I'm giving it a 4. The kills are great. You got the handstand kill. You got
the handstand kill. Yeah. The handstand kill alone, I give it a 3 because it's like I'll give you the hand. I'll give it to you. It's fucking like I love how like the camera goes underneath
on the screen.
The camera goes underneath them, and he almost falls onto the camera. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
and it's like you like feel that one, and then also
the way she finds Jason too,
where she finds the body is cool too.
Yeah, and like I said, this is where the mask was born. This is where the series really found its footing in the third movie. The second one has Jason with a bag on his head. It's kind of lazy, kind of lame killer. Just saying, pretty lame.
But then there's also the part where like she like goes to take off the mask. You remember at the very end?
I know.
She takes it off.
Yeah,
and, like, it's the reveal.
I know, but for the most of the time, he's just a guy with a bag on his head.
Dude, I know you're gonna talk about the final circuit and like the final lap and the ending.
The final lap of this one is pretty good.
I don't think we watched the same movie even.
Bro, with the bridge and she's like stabbing him and he's moving back. You don't like that?
No. I don't like her. She's fucking
You don't like her, but she puts up a good fight and it's a good chase.
She puts up a good fight.
As a chase, it's way better than the first one. It's way better than the second one, honestly.
The actual chase itself is good.
Rate the chase, not the character. Rate the chase.
Character is completely
because the chase is pretty good. You go through the house into the barn. She hangs him. She puts the axe through him.
It's long.
Yeah,
and it is drawn out, but like.
And when she's on the boat and she sees his face looking out the window, that was pretty scary.
But it's just like, bro,
what?
Again.
It is a rehash of the first one.
Yeah. That's my point. It's just like. It literally built. You expect it to build up to the first one when she's on the fucking boat, but then it shows him looking out the window.
Well, don't you forget that Mrs. Voorhees pops up out of the lake. You remember that? That was terrible. That was bad. I'll admit that. Oh, and the opening credits, magnificent. I love the disco fucking soundtrack that they did for this. Play the fucking music. Hell yes, man.
You do realize that in the second one... The second one has a little bit of, like, jazz tinged into it.
Oh, right. You have a...
It has,
what do you mean? The second one?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
So, in the second one, like, it's very, very subtle, but there's, like... It's, like, a little bit different from the first one in a couple scenes. And I fuck with that because to me it just matches the vibe of the I think the second one feels more mature than the first one.
Yeah.
And to me, I like that. It doesn't take itself it takes itself way
seriously.
more seriously than the first one.
See, that's the thing. To me, I can't take these movies seriously.
No, I can't.
Right from the start, you fucked up the fucking story.
But
so why the hell would I care? What would you rate the chase? Are we back on
the third one?
Yeah.
The chase itself, I give that a 4 to 10.
Okay. Out of 5.
Oh fuck! I keep doing that out of 10. 4 to 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5.
But I just want to say something right off the rip though. This one literally deserves the spot. It doesn't even deserve to be bottom shelf. It deserves in the drug cabinet, specifically this one because there's so many fucking pot jokes in this one because of the stupid stoners.
Every DVD copy of Friday the 13th 3D
Part 3, you get a fucking joint. Wait, really? Yes. Yeah, you do. So no, you buy up all the copies at your local Blockbuster.
Wait, that was a thing?
No. No. Dude, honestly, that should have been a thing for a movie.
Should have been.
Well, it should be. You could do that now, but no one buys DVDs anymore.
You're the first thing you mentioned about the movie because you tried to fight it off early and thought that I wouldn't be
3D?
thinking about it. Is the 3D, dude?
You can't. Okay, but this movie was made for 3D. Who cares? It's fun.
No, it's not.
It's fun.
It's not fun.
It's the thing shooting at the screen. Have you watched it in 3D?
No.
All right, maybe
How
if
would
you
I
watch it in
how would I watch
yes,
it in
but if you
3D?
watch it in 3D, it may have changed the experience. That's the point of why that those scenes are in there.
Popcorn in 3D.
I don't mind it. It's part of the experience, and honestly, it makes it unique. Yeah, this is a bottom shelfer for me as well.
You know that this one is out of all 3 of the movies, if you look at the ratings, this one has a 7.
I don't care.
I do. Fucking sucks.
Who cares? All of these movies suck. Let's be honest. All the Friday the 13th movies are not high art. I'm not going to pretend to treat them like... I'm not going to pretend the tension, they was scary. No. These movies are fun. These movies are meant to be for me, I like to watch these movies when I'm high. I like to watch these movies with friends. I don't know. They're not high art to me. So I'm rating them on a enjoyment level, I guess.
Not. But I feel out of specifically these 3...
Are you saying that the second one was actually trying?
I think it was, yeah.
What's interesting about the second and the third one, they both have the same director.
I don't know what he was thinking for the next one. I have no idea what he's thinking.
Dude, my thing is, I'm pretty sure they had to deal with new cameras with the 3D.
Yeah.
So I was doing some research, and apparently that it was a production hell. Trying to work,
setting up all the shots purposely for 3D.
For 3D, yeah. So there's a reason why if you notice, this movie is clearly in California and not in
it looks
Jersey.
Nothing.
And it looks like a sound.
Crystal fucking lake.
It's overly lit. Mm-hmm. That's because of the 3D. They couldn't really shoot in the dark too much. So there's that. So yeah, the 3D was kind of obviously a gimmick to get people into the theater, and it worked. So was it worth the gamble? Not to Liam.
I don't think so. Liam doesn't think that this movie is.
It's a bottom shelfer for me, by the way.
This one goes in the drug cabinet for me. If I was high off my ass watching this, I would appreciate it way more.
Oh, I was when I was watching this. So
I was pretty stoned while watching the second one today. But the thing is, I think it's I think it's actually the characters. Now you kept trying to say oh well you can't remember their deaths, but I actually liked the characters in the second one. I liked I liked Vicky.
I like the characters in the second one a lot more. If I had to choose to hang out with any of the characters, obviously, 100%. But I don't know. I didn't mind these characters too much.
Paul and Jenny put up a good fight, dude.
I didn't think they were that likable, but they weren't.
Of course not.
They were. If you ask me, I think they're a little bit more memorable than the first. First people in the first movie.
I agree. But Ginny, compared to the first one,
compared to any of the characters, she blows it out.
Even Alice sucks in the first one. I don't like Alice in the first one at all.
There's not much,
There's not much. There's not much characterization.
There's not much to any of these characters.
And then the third one,
we went over it, but Jenny, there's traits to her, and she uses it at the end of the movie to beat Jason essentially.
And I also
and she gets out. She's done.
Yeah.
She doesn't come back in the series. So as far as we know, she's still out there. You might see her in Friday the 13th
13.
13, which we will be doing next episode.
Next episode.